Makerspace. I'm Jessica, and I know we're kind of in a different room, but I have a surprise for you guys later. But first off, I want to show you what we're gonna make, and it's really cool. So we're gonna actually dim the lights or turn them off so that you can see what we're making. We're making a DIY lantern. I'm just gonna put some lights in here. They're flameless, so don't worry there. And these are just some really cool, quick activities that you can do. And the fun part about this is fun for any ages. So I'm going to let these hit here just for a little bit so you can see them. Alright, now I'm going to switch them over to another one here so you can see them. They're just so cool. And especially now in the summer, kind of fallish, this is like the perfect time that I remember just being outside and just enjoying the lights outside. So there's those four. And these literally took me minutes to make. And there's those two. And these are my favorite things. And so we're going to go over the kit that we have available for you guys and the easy supplies that you might need. And if you can see the difference right here, this is a super long one, and the base is not, it's really narrow, while these are, this is a little wider, and I think that makes a difference, so we'll talk about that in a minute, how I made mine. And you can make yours however you want. So here in a minute, we'll turn on the lights, and we'll see what in the world's in those kits that you guys can call the library and get one. You can come by if you have not signed up for one already. So in the kit, you will actually find a little sign, a black piece of paper, 2 glue sticks, a variety of tissue paper, and one of these cool little flameless candles was actually in this kit. So you guys get all of this. And the fun part about the construction paper, you can make up to 3 different lanterns with different designs or colors on the shades. So let's put this up here. Remember, come and check out the library for your own kit. But the easy supplies is tissue paper. Now you can get your regular size tissue paper from the dollar store. If you want the little squares, they're relatively affordable. Or you can just have, I like to reuse some tissue papers, and this is kind of like iffy for a gift, but it'd be really cool to kind of rip this up and make this. And I really wanted to try this activity with the kind of tissue paper that has the glitter. I think that would be really a fun one. I just didn't get a chance to do that. Scissors. X-Acto knife if you have one, but at least scissors. A candle, or a flameless light. I like that because then it's not fire danger. But if you do actually have a real candle, I would for sure make sure it's in a glass jar, and make sure that your shade, I guess you want to say, or a lantern is big enough that it's not going to heat up and cause a fire, because that's what we do not want. And so that's why I like these better. And if you forget about them, it's okay. Glue stick, of course, pencil. You can use black construction paper, cardstock, any other kind of construction paper, or even the thick paper off of a magazine, or even those advertisements that we all get in the mail. That'd be really cool. That cardstock, hard stuff. And this is actually out of a magazine. It's on the beach. I did clouds just because we can't go to the beach right now. That's kind of fun to do. And then, what design are you going to make? That's the fun part. I did print out a couple ideas. I literally just went to Google and typed in clip art, black and white, and I got all of these cool different designs. This is only on page 1. And sometimes it's just fun to get inspiration that way. And I also went on there and came up with a couple other ideas that I wanted to do. So you can see that I've done some of them in the designs, and one we're actually finished today. So let me scoop this out of my way. So to start with, I like to grab my paper, and I like to do about a third of the way, so divide it into thirds roughly. Is the perfect size for a tea light candle. Now, if I was going with this size, I would possibly do a little bigger. You can get a ruler, but just kind of refolding it up and down. Gives that little crease there, and so I'm gonna grab my scissors and cut this out. Now I'm gonna go with a simple design first, and then we'll go into like the more advanced steps that you can do. So now I have my base for my lantern. Now I'm gonna fold it up about like fourths, just slightly. I don't want to crease it or kind of roll it up, basically. And now I'm going to do a heart. Now this is where you can grab your pencil and actually mark it if you want to make it, or just do it by hand. And you're going to make a mess with flying paper. Oh, that's okay. And for this one, I'm going to do hearts on one side. And you're thinking about symmetry and your positive and your negative part of what you can see and what you're going to cut and what you're going to take away is what the tissue paper is going to be. So you have to think about that when you're cutting. I'm going to do some diamonds. And this is, like I said, a great activity for any ages. And it's not messy. Okay. So I have a simple thing there. I'm gonna see what kind of design I have. And I'm gonna kind of flatten it out. If you have like a flattened table, carefully do that so you're not breaking anything. And I'm gonna grab my tissue paper. And sometimes it's just fun to just grab a variety of colors. And to protect my surface, because I'm making a mess over here, I like to put a piece of scratch paper down. And I'm just going to glue around the edges. Get a little over, that's okay. Just lightly pat them down. And the fun part about tissue paper is if you layer them over, you get in a different color. So you get a mixed colors. And you get a different effect. And when I'm doing glue all over, that's why I want to protect my table here. So I'm just going to throw on a couple different colors here so you can see what it looks like. Right there. Oops. Okay. Tissue paper sometimes sticks to each other. And if you don't have a glue stick, Mod Podge is really a good media to work with. Whatever you have, or even just the white glue works just as well. But glue or the glue stick's a little less messy. I'm gonna carefully peel it off, and there's that size. And then, once I'm all done, now I'm going to just put a little glue on one of the seams. I'm gonna let this dry just a little bit before doing this, but just squeeze that together, and of course finish off unless you want the empty or just that see-through. And there's that. And now let's see if you want to go with a more advanced pattern on here. Best thing to do is, I'm not sure if you can see it, but I drew some stars on here with a pencil. And all I'm going to do is grab my scissors and carefully poke a hole in there and just snip out. If I get a little above it, that's okay. I just want the idea of a star, so I kind of get that feel for it. And this is just, like I said, a fun way to make some kind of house decor for this season. This would be really fun if you did like a flag for 4th of July, some kind of like a snowman for winter. Like there's so many. Oops, I made a crazy star there. So I'm just gonna cut some more, and nobody will know that that star went kind of cuckoo. And that's part of the fun. And if you don't like it, you can always just glue over this section. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3. All right, this is gonna be like a really super giant cuckoo star. Ooh, that's kind of cool. All right, so you can do that, and the same thing with the tissue paper. And if you use a X-Acto knife, please use caution about using that because it is sharp. I would not just have construction paper down. I would also have either a mat if you have one, or cardboard if you want to protect your surface. And if it's sharp, please use caution. But whenever you're doing your designs, you're kind of viewing, I kind of think of it as a coloring book page of this is what I see in the white section, but then the black is kind of like that empty space that defines that shape. So whenever you come up with your design, play with it, and if you don't like it, that's okay. Just try a different one. And right here, I'm going to do a white section right here. And let me flip it over here. If you look really closely, I'll put on the white here. I kind of went a little bit close in right here, but I still had the black attached here because I don't want that popped out. But if you do pop it out, let's just show you what happened. Of course, it's going to completely come out, but the fun part about working with tissue paper and the fact that you're doing layers, I can come back in here, put my tissue paper, whatever I want underneath here, pop that on there, and nobody will know the difference, and it kind of gives that cool 3D shape. So there's a possibility for you there. Let me get I forget what colors I need for that. Okay, so I need white and black in the circle. I forgot that. So I just put some white or black tissue paper there. I'm just gonna rip some white tissue paper here. And grab my glue stick. I'm making a mess over here, but isn't that the fun part about making things? Just a little glue right there on the ring right there. And lock that on there, smooth that out. And the fun part about tissue paper, if it's too much, it's so much easier to tear off. Or you can just, if you want a nicer look, you can just cut it off, of course. Alright, see, like right there. So I'm going to just grab a little glue here. Lock that on there. Oops, stuck to me. And there you go. And that would be really cool once we're done together. And another fun activity that you can add to this, or design-wise, you can use your decorative scissors if you want to use as an outline part of it, or even inside there if you want to. Just have fun with it. And that's it, my friends. It's super quick and easy. We'll kind of end the day with one of these we just finished. on here. And don't forget to come by the library and check one out. We still have quite a few number of them available for you guys to come and pick up. And bye for now, and you guys have a wonderful weekend.